Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Numpty, or Commander Numpty if you please, and you're looking at my boat. You're looking at the USS Skipjack as she gradually ambles away from the camera. This is SSN 585, the original, the boat that the class was named after, and the year is 2000, so she is kind of past her retirement date, let's just say. And today we're taking part in a hypothetical scenario where we're going to pit an older Skipjack against some of the year 2000 vintage Chinese submarines. Let's take a look at where we're at. Here we are. Now here's the thing. My torpedo tubes are currently empty. I do have 12 torpedoes on board, so I've basically got a full spread and then a complete reload. And I'm facing potentially 15 enemy submarines. So my objective here is not necessarily to kill everything or sink everything or even score a mission kill on everything, but is to survive. Now ideally, I really want to get to the edge of the battle zone. That's going to be a challenge and very long and tedious mission. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to aggressively defend. Well, first things first, I got to get my torpedoes loaded. And I really don't see anything around me. I don't detect anything around me. So let's get up to periscope depth.
4 5 feet, dive high.
Now I told the game to give me up to 15 Chinese and I think some Russian, I guess Russian Sino boats. Shouldn't be any aircraft, but there may be some surface vessels. Some friendly surface vessels. So, first things first, let's go to ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
We'll accelerate time as we get up to the surface.
New contact bearing 248, designated Sierra 1.
We'll try and identify what this thing is. Now, my mix of weapons, they're all marked 48s, but I've got some mod 0s, some mod 1s, and some mod 3s. Now, the mod 3 is the default one that comes with the game, the non-ad cap. It's a very capable weapon. The mod 1... it's a slightly less capable weapon, but still not bad. I mean, you wouldn't want to meet one in an alleyway at night. That's probably a surface contact. And the Mod 0 is the pre-production, the very early one. It doesn't have the same warhead as the later types, so it's not as lethal. It's gonna ruin a submarine's day, but it might not be a one-shot kill. Instead, you may condemn the crew to a somewhat unpleasant demise.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as merchant.
And a mix of weapons. 3 mod 0s, 5 mod 1s, and 4 mod 3s. No reason why I chose those other than I just ran some random numbers and I got 354, so that works for me. The mod 0s, they are going to be effective. The sensor range is a little less than the others.
Up scope.
Noticeably less, I should say. Okay, let's see. So this is the one surface contact that we can detect. Where we'll actually just take a look at mod 1 at M1 at the trawler. Oh well, I mean it's got a Chinese flag on it, so it's clearly a spy trawler. We'll see. Okay, so
Down scope.
let's drop that and get myself down to 200 feet. I want to sit pretty much on or just below the layer.
Depth 200 feet, dive high.
And I think I want to perhaps head a little... well, you know, this isn't going to be the same unless I get something going on from the Chinese. So let's go ahead and reload my tubes. Let's at least get these torpedo tubes loaded. And whilst we wait, let's be super aggressive and let's ping the buggers.
Con sonar switching to active search.
So what I'm hoping is going to happen is they're going to respond... yeah, they are responding to this pretty quickly. Okay. Go ahead and notch that. Oh, there's at least 2 there. Okay. They may be lurking underneath the trawler. Oh, there's lots of contacts in there. Okay. There's a lot of bad guys. They're still too far away to really know where they are.
Switching to passive search.
So I think what I'm going to do is I actually want to tangle with them. I do want to deliberately provoke them.
Depth 700 feet, dive high.
So I'm going to go ahead and get up to speed. We're going to hit I guess right now we'll hit 15 knots. Then we'll hit 20 knots and we get a little deeper.
159. knots. Maneuvering aye.
What I really want to do is mix it up with them. I want to be that annoying American commander. What are you doing in that boat?
Maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
So I gotta. Oh, I'm going to play the game a little differently than I might normally, and that's because the Skipjack, she doesn't have a lot going for her. Yes, she's fast, and she does have some capable weapons on board, and she does have a towed array. But other than that, she's not able to dive that deeply. She's got a limited capacity, a limited number of weapons on her. Her sensors are pretty poor. She's not really gonna hear much.
20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
She's agile, and that is very useful at evading things.
Making turns for 20 knots.
But other than that, I mean, we don't have that much going for us. There was a loose nut at the wheel. So I'm up to 20 knots. When we get down to 700 feet, I'm going to crank on to 30 knots. 33 knots, I think, is our flank speed. Time for a sip of coffee. Okay, well, 702 knots. We exceeded test depth by a couple of feet.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2, red. Con.
Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering
Crack it onto 33 knots. We're making a ton of noise. They're going to hear me. They know that we're coming. And I'll accelerate time for a few seconds. This could get very dangerous very quickly. But that's what I want to do. I really want to provoke.
Con, torpedo room, tube.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 3 knots.
Okay.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
So we've got an active ping. That's probably someone trying to get a firing solution on me. I'm going to go ahead and F3 it, see if there's any weapons in the water. There's none right now. So that's potentially 2 pings at me. I think we'll drop to ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
For what it's worth. We're going to turn away and notch them.
Come left to 158. Helm aye.
And reduce my depth. Now the reason why we're notching them is when you notch, you present your flank to them. So you give them a very big target.
Con, helm, steady course.
Be that what it is. But what you also do is you string your towed array out behind you. And you've
Con, sonar regained contact on. Master 1, bearing 235.
But the best chance of detecting them, I'll take myself out of ultra silence. I want to continue loading my torpedoes. Alright. Let's see if we get anything.
Passing 600 feet.
I mean, so far we got nothing, which is disappointing, but sensors are not great. They've stopped pinging me, and I don't know that they fired up on me. Let's F3. Still nothing. Okay. Let's accelerate time.
Con, sonar.
Passing 500 feet.
Right.
Con, torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
So I got something. And let's take a look. What is this? Is this another trawler? Are you kidding me? It is. Okay.
Con, sonar. Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
Well, what do you know? Okay. I'm gonna just...
Con, torpedo room, tube 6 ready.
I mean, it's just really disappointing. I thought we would get more engagement than that.
Come right to 246. Helm
I'm gonna
aye.
provide them again. Let's run up to flank.
Make turns for. Con, sonar. We are cavitating.
Yeah, we know.
Make depth 650 feet, dive aye.
Get back down to 650 foot, so we'll stop cavitating soon as we accelerate. Making a ton of noise. I expect them to ping me actively and potentially fire upon me. But there's that civilian ship in the way.
Helm, steady course.
Okay.
Con, sonar. No longer cavitating.
Alright, so we're going a little quieter now, but we're still making a ton of noise. Okay, let's accelerate
Con,
time.
sonar. Lost contact. Master 1. Last.
Con, dive at 650 feet, dive aye.
Right, it took me out of accelerate time because I got actively pinged. Almost suddenly got detected by something. I'm going to keep it at flank speed for just a little bit. Let's see, am I heading right towards them? Yes, I think I am. F3, anything in the water? Yeah, okay, something in the water already. If I put this angle here, or switch back to me, it's not quite coming right at me. Okay, so we know that there's stuff to the south. For what it's worth, we'll run ultra
Rig shift
quiet,
for ultra quiet.
and I'm going to turn away.
Come right to 302. Helm aye.
And turn to the
Con,
northwest.
helm, steady course.
I want to see if we can detect whatever it is that's out there. And
Con sonar regained contact on Master 1 bearing 204.
as we slow down, so my senses are going to start to come alive. So far, nothing. I don't even detect the incoming torpedoes, so I guess I've got them on the run. They must have heard about me and they're scared. Okay. Accelerate time for a few seconds.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2 bearing 230.
I mean, really nothing. Let's switch back to this torpedo. Is it? Oh, there's two then. Okay. Three torpedoes, but I mean that they're just not really any threat. I can't detect them, so we'll accelerate time again. Of course, they'll be expecting me to have continued my course. I'm not.
Come left to 161. Helm aye.
Do they
Con,
run themselves
helm,
aground?
steady course.
Still nothing. Well, I'm disappointed. I thought we'd been alright furball by this point, but apparently not. Let's look at Sierra 2. Okay, that's friendly. They don't know where I am. They have no idea.
Come right
Okay.
to 257. Helm aye. Con sonar switching to active search. Con sonar switching to passive search.
Alright, so they're the far side of this trawler here. Okay, we now
Con, helm, steady course.
we have a better idea where they are, and they're a long way away.
Come
Very
right
long
to
way. Okay.
270. Helm aye.
For what it's worth, I'm going to run to
Con,
flying speed.
helm. Make turns for 3 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, so there's a whole cluster of them to my west-southwest.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 3 knots.
What I'm going to do is drop to
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
quiet,
Come left to 180. Helm aye.
and then get my depth to 200 foot and see if we can get something on them. Because right now we've got absolutely nothing on
Passing
them.
600 feet.
It's just like I can't detect a dang thing.
Passing 500 feet. Passing 400
Still
feet.
nothing.
Make depth 250 feet. Dive aye.
Con sonar regained.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive aye.
Okay, that torpedo, that's why I got it. So he knows where I
Con
am.
sonar regained contact on
Yeah.
Sierra 2 bearing.
Con, dive at 200 feet. Dive aye.
That's one of those moments when you think, I
Come
might
right to.
have regretted
Make
doing
turns
this,
for
but
3
it was
con
worth
sonar.
it.
We are
It
cavitating.
was totally worth it. Right, let's get down to 600 foot.
Make
Let's see.
depth 600 feet. Dive aye.
Yep, that's coming right at me. Okay, that's fair enough. And we're going to do some torpedo evasion. I really, you know what, I don't know where they are, so I can't easily.
Make turns for con sonar. No longer cavitating.
You know what, I can take a guess. I had a pretty good idea roughly where they were. So let's go ahead and get
Passing 400 feet.
this torpedo out just for what it's worth.
Come right to 340. Helm. Make turns for 3 con sonar. We are cavitating.
Okay, what we've done here, we've got a single torpedo out, and the idea there is that it's going to give them
Knuckle formed.
something to think about. If there's anything in the vicinity of that torpedo, it's going to be like, oh, I was just kid on, I don't really want to tackle you. If I don't get something out, I'm going to be defensive until I'm sunk. And it looks like might have gotten away from this torpedo.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Maybe. We're about to find out. I don't think so, actually.
Con sonar, torpedo in the
Yep.
water, torpedo in the water, bearing 291.
Let's see. Was this thing shallow and it's coming down, or was it? It was. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to change my depth very rapidly.
Passing 600 feet.
Actually, we're going to turn away from it as well, just for what it's worth.
Come left 2. 1. Con sonar, we are cavitating. Con, helm, steady course.
Possible I can avoid it. I don't think I did, but it was worth a try.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Okay, it's actually pitched down.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3 knots.
Yeah, it didn't work. Okay. Well, so my little plan there was
Passing 300 feet.
maybe we can provoke the torpedo and then rapidly
Passing 400
change
feet.
depth and increase my distance, but that didn't,
Passing 500
seem
feet.
to work. Okay.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Passing
now-
600 feet.
Now we're in a tail chase with a torpedo. It's going to win the tail chase, but I'm going to run it low on, well, say low, run it low on fuel. It's already been traveling for some distance. I'm going to just run this thing out and then knuckle it away. Now, it's not an air-launched torpedo, so it's going to have particularly good range. Meanwhile, my Mark 48, that's just a Mod 0. That's not a massive threat to the Chinese, but they don't know that. For all they know, this is any other Mark 48. I don't think the game will recognize will let them recognize the difference in the torpedoes.
Make depth 700 feet. Dive high.
So really what I wanted to do in this mission is troll the Chinese, but it's not really worked out as I hoped. Well, I mean, we are
Dive at 700 feet. Dive high.
at least trolling something.
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay, this thing is getting a little close to me. And it looks like it's still got the wire attached, because if I go ahead and do this,
Con, knuckle formed.
I'm not able to break the lock. So that's bad. I'm going to go ahead and have to avoid this through maneuvering, which is never a good thing,
Passing 600 feet.
because I might be agile, but this thing is
Con
very
sonar,
agile.
we are cavitating.
Okay. That much depth
Passing
to play with.
400 feet.
Alright, that works for me.
Passing 300 feet. Passing 200 feet.
Going to go ahead and do this. We want to stay shallow, I think, right now. So it's turning around. Its rate of turn is much quicker than mine, but it is quite a bit deeper. So we're able to avoid it right now. It can't detect me because it's too close and too deep versus me, which is wonderful news. So we're going to cut inside its turn. I'm actually going to go ahead and head in the direction of the enemy, like so. Am I above the layer? Yes, I am. So we'll go ahead
Passing
and
100 feet.
cancel that. So we managed to avoid it. Ooh, we managed to avoid that one, but this guy, we might not avoid him. Might do. You know what? Let's actually turn.
Make depth 5 feet. Dive high.
Let's turn and run away from it just a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's bad. I guess it's surface hunting me. And if I dive, I'm going to get detected by the other torpedo that's
Con,
now...
dive at 5 feet. Dive high.
Oh, I think I did okay. Alright. Thank goodness. Okay. Except actually that this other torpedo then did spot me, so I guess I moved far enough away. Okay, it was worth a try. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn, we'll knuckle it, I'm going to dive.
Con, knuckle
I
formed.
don't think the knuckle's going to work. No, it's not.
Passing 100
So,
feet. Passing 200 feet.
its rate of turn is very impressive, but I don't think it can dive
Passing 300 feet.
as quick as me. No, it can't.
Passing 400 feet.
I'm going to go ahead and turn back.
Passing
I'm going to
500 feet.
head east, and we're going to
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
get down to about 700 foot.
Con, helm, steady course.
Near as we can. Okay, let's switch back to a different view there. Alright, that'll work for me.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 265.
So the most I can do is kind of keep these torpedoes at bay, and it looks like that might be the one that blew up. Huh. In which case I did alright. Let's switch
Rig
to
ship for ultra quiet.
ultra quiet. Aggressively reverse my speed.
0 knots.
So we're
Maneuvering
backpedaling now. We're bringing my speed back down to 5 knots as quickly as we can.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
We've detected something. Whatever
Con
Sierra
sonar,
3
new
is.
contact
Ooh,
bearing
lots of things.
25.
Okay.
Designated
Start to
Sierra
categorize
4.
what on earth we're up against right now.
Con
It's,
sonar regained contact on master 1 bearing 098.
it's a kilo. That's another kilo.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, now they may be the Russian kilo, or maybe the Chinese improved kilo. They have anechoic coating, and they are quiet, but they're obviously
Con
maneuvering.
sonar noisemaker bearing 262.
And there's a threat. That Mark 48 has got them spooked, has got something spooked. And whatever it's got it spooked, we can't detect. So I really need to notch.
Come right to 354 helm eye.
I'm going to get my towed array to listen to whatever this Mark 48 is threatening, and it looks like the Mark 48 has detected something. Yes, I think it has.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 268.
Like I say, I don't think this Mark 48 Mod 0 is going to sink something, but it only has to give it a bloody nose, and it's going to make it think twice. I'm 4,000 yards away from a torpedo directly ahead of me, it looks like. So the Chinese don't have, as far as we know, a torpedo that has that range of sensor. Okay.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 259.
The Mod 0 is really ruining their day. So we've actually done okay so far. We've managed to proper avoid one torpedo that was hunting me, and kind of skirt around the rest. Maybe 2 torpedoes. And we've threatened something. And if that...
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 269.
I think that's two boats, but if that torpedo hits something, it's going to ruin their day. Yeah, there's a lot
Con
of
helm steady course.
activity around me. All right, we're going to just loiter here for a bit. I know I could get another weapon out. But yeah, I kind of feel like getting another weapon out. Let's set another Mod 0 out. I'm a little deep, but it'll be okay.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
They're likely to have heard that, and that might cause a raft of counterfire. We'll see, but it might not. They may be busy. I really want to get...
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 285.
I don't want to give away my location if I can help it, so let's run this torpedo south for just a little bit.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 254.
I'm accelerating
Con
time.
sonar noisemaker bearing 270. Con sonar new contact bearing 269. Designated Sierra 5.
We detect Sierra 5. No. Okay, we don't know where Sierra 5 is. But we might have just killed Sierra 5. That might be why we don't know where it is. And I would say that that's three targets there. Three contacts. So let's accelerate time. Okay, there's most definitely 3. And I think this southern one has detected... I've got a pretty good idea where I am.
Come left to Make
Now,
turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering
I'm
up.
going to run up to 15 knots. I suspect it's wire guided and it's going to guide it to me, but if not,
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
this gives me the best chance of avoiding it if it's not wire guided. So I'll accelerate time. It's dangerous to do this, but on the other hand, I'm in danger anyway. Okay, that's got a couple of thousand yards on. Let's bring my speed back down to 5 knots.
Make turns for
Gonna
5
make
knots. Maneuvering up.
this torpedo live because I want it to cover that distance as quickly as it can. And I suspect that I'm heading towards more submarines, but right now, I don't think... Oh, look at that. It's either not wire guided or it
Con
can't...
sonar regained contact. Come left to 323. Helm I.
It can't detect me. I'm gonna get it back up to 15 knots, I think.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering I.
So we can see where we think the enemy submarine is by a combination of...
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
The noisemaker gave it away, but we could see the active sonar ping together with the course from the incoming torpedoes. Now I'm still going to keep my Mod 0 traveling to the south of this. I do think that that boat is potentially heading north, but I mean we are 10,000 yards away and we're not able to pick it up even at 5 knots. Now maybe with time and patience, just loitering at 5 knots we could, but right now it ain't happening. But we'll let this Mod 0 just threaten it to the south. We're going to force it north, and I'll manually turn the torpedo north and try and engage. The fact that we can't detect anything. So in terms of a tactic or strategy, you've got to suppose you know where the enemy is, and you've got a lot of clues.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 247.
Yeah, it's definitely heading north, and so I really could send another Mar 48 up to intercept, but I don't know what else is to the south of it. I want to clear the southern side. I know that there's some stuff down here.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 218. Contact faded.
I think what I want to do is kind of clear that southern and then turn this. Let's just switch to the view I've got here. What can we see? Not much. Oh, we got something there. Well, that's good. That's probably Sierra 5. And some noisemakers as the thing tracks north. That looks like a Romeo class. It's hard to tell really, but that doesn't look like it's the most sophisticated submarines. Could be a Ming, which is a rebuilt Romeo.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 232.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one further south. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this torpedo to the south, and we're going to get a better quality torpedo to be in this direction here. Just get it 4,500 yards away from me, like so.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
We lose the wire immediately. That's okay. And what I'm going to do is turn away.
Come right to 007. Helm I.
Now, the fact that torpedo 2, I'm manually steering it towards whatever's just dropped that noisemaker. I'm going to suppose that target is potentially heading south.
Con, helm, steady course.
Now, the torpedo I fired, I'm assuming...
Noisemaker, bearing
Yeah, it is.
229.
I'm assuming that whatever is traveling north is going to continue traveling north.
Con
And
sonar, new contact, bearing 272. Designated Sierra 6.
it's not...
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Con sonar, Sierra 6 is classified as submerged submarine.
Okay, that's a Ming. And the Ming is an interesting target. It's an
Con,
interesting
fire
boat.
control, weapon acquired.
I'm actually going to ping this guy actively with my sonar. See if we can get a better idea what it actually is. So by actively pinging it with the torpedo's sonar,
Come on, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
it'll bounce information back at me, gives me a better idea of what it is that I'm facing. I can't detect it right now, but maybe I will, and it's pretty close to this torpedo. This torpedo's tracking it.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 227.
And it's heading southeast, so it's heading into the danger zone, I would say, because there's land.
Fire
down
control, weapon acquired.
there. All right, let's jump to the torpedo. Let's see, can we see it? There it is. Hello, chumps. I reckon I've got you. Still
Sonar lost contact.
can't
Sierra
actually see what it is,
Last
but
bearing 273. Contact faded.
have one of these, sunshine. Did we kill it? Probably. Yes, I think we did. Okay. Right, switch back to me. Okay, so that's taken out 2 that we know of. Oh, and there's something to my west. It's possibly that Ming. Let's go ahead and get another torpedo out here. There's something else there.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
And I'm going to head south. I'm going
Come
to track
right
out of the
to
way here.
179. Helm aye.
So I'm running at 15 knots. It's the fastest I can go and keep a wire to my torpedo, which I'm very happy with. I'm happy to run at that speed. Now, I can't really run away that well from their torpedoes at this speed. If you've driven a diesel electric, you'll understand that they're a challenge to avoid torpedoes. But I know where he is, or at least I know where he was when he fired upon me. And so this torpedo is going to be a proper threat to him. It's not good practice to run this thing. It's not very realistic, I should say, to run this thing live almost as soon as you get it out the tube.
Steady course.
Because when it's running at higher speed, it's burning its fuel quicker. It's a bit of a wheeze with the standard game. You can do that, and you get the same range as you can.
Noisemaker bearing 247.
You can in nav mode. In dot mod, that is not the same. In fact, you try that technique in dot mod and you're using something like a spearfish, you get all sorts of hassle because they don't have that much fuel in high speed mode. They're very fast, but they're also very kind of short range, their engagement envelope. But notching the threat, the hope there is that its torpedoes are not going to guide, they're not wire guided rather. It looks like that speculative torpedo I fired without a wire is threatening something already, which is good. Right, so I think it's the Sierra 6, the Ming, he's tracking north. I'm going to turn my torpedo a little bit more north.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 253.
Yep, that noisemaker signifies something else I'm threatening, so I'm very happy with that. That's good news. Let's watch torpedo 1. 2 reasons. One, we might see some incoming torpedoes. We see quite a few, and that's not good, because they're all tracking me. Okay, well they're all seem to be wire guided. I'm going to go ahead and yeah, that's bad. Oh, it's actually in active mode already. Okay. I'm not going to turn around, but let's get this torpedo 1 live. It's going to increase its speed, and if we can engage whatever's there, that is very welcome. I'm going to get trapped by these torpedoes, so I might just, as soon as we get acquired, the torpedo acquires the target, I think I'm going to run.
Noisemaker bearing 258.
I'm going to end up running to flank speed to try and get out of these torpedoes' ways. I think I really need to turn around.
Come left to 003. Helm aye.
It's one of those things where I don't really want to necessarily turn around because you lose, you know, you're heading in one direction, you've got to turn around. But I'm going to get trapped by at least one of those torpedoes if I don't change my course. So we'll go ahead and we'll head north, away from the southernmost incoming torpedo, and really want my torpedo to engage something, to see something, but it's not right now. Okay, I think we can turn this torpedo a little bit more northmost. That'd be
On helm, steady course.
There's 2 out there as well, it looks like. Adjust my course ever so slightly. Something like 015. go. I'm 4,000 yards from this torpedo. I think it's gonna acquire me. I got a bad feeling about this, but rather one than two. Turn this torpedo a little more northernmost. Trying to intercept it now.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 284.
Now we see where it is, and so the torpedo's in the right course to intercept it. And if I can, I will guide it towards it as much as I can until this torpedo behind me is pinging me actively. Let's go ahead and turn away, minimize the sonar contact. The return is going to get on me, but I think it's going to have me. It's going to get me.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
Right, so torpedo 1, and we'll ping actively. Yep, whatever it is, it's not got any coating on it. Let it send that information back to me. I might have escaped this approaching torpedo to the south. A sip of water. I may have done so. That's a stroke of luck.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 283.
I'm going to guide torpedo 1. It looks like I've managed to avoid the torpedo that I thought was going to detect me, but it hasn't.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Let's turn a little more northerly. Prepared to just crank on if I spots me. Yeah, it hasn't. I'm going to be okay, I think. It would have detected me by now. Well, it might not have done because it's got a minimal active sonar aspect, so it could still detect me, but it's less and less likely each time it turns. Yeah, I think I'm good. Alright, let's drop my speed to 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Alright, it was Sierra
Con
6.
sonar, noisemaker, bearing 283.
And I'm about to give it a bit of a scary experience, I think.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, new contact, bearing
Here we go.
257. Designated Sierra 7.
Deal with Sierra 7 in just a second.
Con sonar, new contact, bearing 255. Designated. Con
Sierra
maneuvering,
7.
making turns for 5 knots.
Okay, Sierra 7, which have now disappeared, is a song. And songs, they have a mixed reputation for real.
340. Helm eye.
But they are a nasty piece of work in the simulation. But I would say we're in a pretty good position right now. We've sunk a few of the enemy. And we have some torpedoes left. We have 2 left in reserve. So I've still got 8 torpedoes. So I'm still capable. Let's accelerate time.
Con, helm, steady course.
I'd like to pick up Sierra 7 again, but nothing. And if I don't, I might just decide, you know what? Quit whilst you're ahead. They don't know where you are. They're in a disarray. They've lost a few of their number. Let's just slink away. But we'll give myself a better chance. In fact, let's get up to 200 feet. Ocean's going quiet.
Make depth 200 feet. Dive by.
The reason why I'm reducing my depth is that I'm a little bit harder to spot, operating just below the layer. I want to get into that habit of doing that because it does make a big difference. It's good enough.
Con, dive at 200 feet. Dive by.
So, this could now turn into a elaborate and long-winded game of cat and mouse. They most definitely have the upper hand because there's more of them. But I'm not completely defenseless. I've only fired 4 torpedoes, and I've evaded a lot that they've sent my way. So, I am going to call it for today's mission. That's a lot of fun. I don't need to conclude this. It would be a long battle if I did. And you probably have something else that you want to go and do. So, I hope you enjoyed this and got something from it. And if you have, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you thought it sucked, also let me know. Because, hey, how can I make it better if you don't tell me it sucks? Or maybe be a bit more constructive, tell me why it sucked. But yeah, the Skipjack still has teeth, and she wasn't facing the most modern of enemy vessels for the 2000s. She could have been, and the song was quite modern. But she still did okay. So, like I say, I hope you enjoyed it, got something from this, and I'll see you the next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Goodbye.